Look at that. How bougie are we? Uh-oh guys, I spent money again. I got me a Ninja SLUSHi and we're going to make a recipe, like we always do, for a keto thing in the Ninja SLUSHi. I got a story to tell you too about the Ninja SLUSHi. I may have failed a little bit in the purchasing and acquiring of said Ninja SLUSHi, but you know what? I think it's gonna be okay. I need your opinion on it. But we're going to make a Keto Mocha Frappe in the Ninja SLUSH. This thing is supposed to need sugar to work, so it's interesting. Let's get started. If you have a Ninja SLUSHi, you can follow along. If you don't have one yet, just basically turn stuff into a slushie really quick. Okay, so to make a mocha frappe, we're gonna need coffee. So I gotta get the fancy pants coffee pot ready too. Doesn't fit in that because it's got the ground dilemma. All right, whatever. I'm gonna put this back over here because then I can plug it in. I feel like it's safe for me to assume that most of you know how to make coffee, even though I barely do. This will be the actually, it's not true. I made coffee when I worked at Starbucks when I was 16 for a couple months. But now I'm like a little past 16. I'm just gonna pour some coffee grounds in here. I don't know how many, because again, I'm not a coffee drinker, except for like frozen drinks. But to get frozen drinks like this, I gotta pay like $7 at Starbucks, and they're full of carbs. This is me cutely having no clue how to make coffee. I'm gonna see if it spills everywhere. I just tried to do the thing where it makes the coffee. Usually, my wife makes coffee. I don't really drink coffee here, and she's still asleep. She'll be excited I made coffee though. Something's happening. Anyways, you want coffee, guys. Start with coffee. So I was so excited about this little slushy thing coming out that I had to get one, but they're sold out everywhere. They might not be by the time this goes live. You're also gonna need a blender, so you need a couple tools for this. You need a coffee machine, you need the Ninja SLUSHi, you need the blender. So this might be out of reach, and you might be better off going to Starbucks. But if you do have all this stuff, then hey, let's make a delicious mocha frappe. That's also keto. I feel like this could be my every morning like drink. It's also low calorie. We're gonna first combine all our ingredients into this blender, which is, moderately dirty, but that's how we roll. Whoa, I'm so strong, I just broke the thingy. Interesting now. I just have superpowers, guys, and I didn't even know it. 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk is gonna be our first ingredient. Holding it up here so I can see, and pour that into our blender. We're gonna follow that up with half a cup of heavy whipping cream, or heavy cream. Is that different? Heavy whipping and heavy cream? I think they're the same. Get both. Now, again, this is technically, like it says all over the machine, you need sugar to make it actually freeze up and turn into an icy. But I found the sweetener that seems to work. I found, I'll show you, this Splenda monk fruit seems to work. So even if you don't want to make a frappe, if you're having trouble making things ice up in your Ninja SLUSH, this seems to be the keto sweetener that works for me, even though it's not got any sugar. Like there's even a low sugar alert on this thing. This one worked for me. So I can't say that for every recipe, but for this one, it did work. I did try it because I was concerned, and it did work. And I already know this is delicious. So a lot of times I don't know. This time I know it's a good recipe. Still making coffee. How long does it take to make a pot of coffee? Then we want a half a cup of that sweetener that I mentioned. Is that right? Half a cup? Yes, half a cup. This is a big batch though. You don't need to do this big of a batch if you're just making it for one. This will make a couple. Half a cup of the sweetener. All right, half a cup of unsweetened cocoa powder. Add it into the mix with the sweetener, with the heavy cream, with the almond milk. And I think our next ingredient is gonna be vanilla. We want a tablespoon of vanilla extract, which is a lot, but again, it makes a pretty decent yield. That is not gonna get me there. Let me see if I have any more. All right, here's another one. Hopefully there's more in this one. A little bit, so I'm probably not on camera easily or very well, but about half a tablespoon. I need some more vanilla. Baking vanilla, is that the same thing? We're gonna say it is, because I got lots of that. Okay, 1 tablespoon of vanilla goes in the blender. Okay, so my coffee finished. I need to let it cool. You don't want it to be scorching hot when you add it to this or to that. So I'm gonna let it cool for like 5-10 minutes and then we'll be back and finish this. I just was gonna say, stay tuned for the story of how I got my slush and my moral dilemma I'm facing that I need your advice on. I think I know the answer though. All right guys, my coffee is cool-ish, kinda cool. And I need 2 cups of it for this recipe. So it's not cool at all. You see the steam rising off of it. I could put an ice cube in it. Would that help? Well, anyways, you want room temperature coffee. I'm trying to wait for mine to cool down. I added an ice cube. All right, so the coffee has cooled. You want 2 cups of room temperature coffee added into the blender as well. And then you blend it up. Wait, how do I do this thing? I don't want it to spill like that. It's a thing of beauty. Now we just put that into our Ninja SLUSH thingy. Now, the Ninja SLUSH thing I got is not what I was seeing all over the interwebs. All over the interwebs, the Ninja SLUSH has 5 different options. But because I'm Dave, and I thought, oh, I really need one and I need it now, I went over to the old eBay and found someone selling one. So just dump this into the top here. And apparently I accidentally ordered some, like, you know, cheaper model that has less functionality. It's got, well, is it really less functionality or less buttons? So the normal fancy one has a Frappé button and an iced juice button, I think. And this one does not have that. And come to find out, it's just that this was like maybe the Walmart exclusive one that was supposed to be like, you know, a little bit cheaper. But I still paid more than retail for the fancy one because I wanted it now and I'm impatient. Now, when I initially bought it and I got it, I'm like, what the heck? This is missing 2 function. This maybe is like a knockoff or something, like, because you go to their, you go to their website, like the Ninja site, they don't even have this one with only 3 options on it. I call their support team and the lady, I mean, to be honest, she didn't sound like she knew a lot about what was going on at the company, but she had never heard of one with only 3 options. And then to top it all off, I click on the button to like view the item I ordered to see if it said, hey, this only has 3 modes. And it said listing has been removed due to a policy violation for the one I bought, this Ninja thing I bought for over retail. Okay, it still works though with this machine because I've tested it and this still does work. This recipe still works, so we can still make it happen. Basically, you put all that in here and you press the milkshake button and it'll start making us our mocha frappe. But normally, if you get the fancy one, it's got a frappe button that you would push instead of the milkshake button, but this still worked because I tried it and it was still good. So I was feeling a little better about that. But here's the thing, this might be a little loud. Maybe I'll push it away from me so you don't have to hear it. It's heavy. I reached out to the guy when I was upset. I was like, oh, is this a knockoff? How come it's missing 2 buttons? I called support, they don't know what it is. And he's like, this is a Walmart exclusive. And I go to Walmart and I can't find it. And I say, your listing has been removed, I want to return it. And so he like does not want to do a return. Of course, it's eBay. And so finally he says yes to me. But then I go look and I notice in the title of his item that I bought, it says 3 presets, which literally is him very clearly stating it has 3 presets, and I just didn't read the whole title. So now, even though he's like officially authorized a return, I feel guilty. Like I shouldn't send it back because I should have just read the full title. And the other thing is, and this would kind of burn him, the price of these on secondhand market has gone down from, you know, what I paid down to closer to retail. So I would be able to get it a lot cheaper and I'd be able to get the one I wanted, but I feel guilty because I didn't read the description properly, so I don't know. I don't know what to do. Would you return it or just hold on to the lesser unit that you didn't read the description on properly? I don't know. I probably need to keep it. Either way, it does do what I want for my mocha frappe, so that's good. I'll wait for your comments to decide. So this is gonna just spin around, as you can see. Let me get the camera up close so you can see it. There, you can see that a little better. It's gonna do that for like 20 to 30 minutes, and then we're gonna have a mocha frappe. That's literally all it takes. I'm excited to have it. I think you're gonna like it too if you do get the Ninja Slush. I wanted to, you know, come up with some keto recipes. If you guys like this, I can make more keto recipes with this too. We'll be back. All right guys, we are back and it's been about 25 minutes and my frappe should be ready. Look, I even frosted my mug because I'm fancy like that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Didn't add any ice to it. It just kind of does the thing on its own. And here we go. Here's our Frappuccino type thing. It's a frappe, okay, not a Frappuccino. It's a mocha keto frappe. Look at that. How bougie are we? Fancy like that. There we go. Our mocha keto frappe. And we're gonna try it. Pinky out. It's really good. Really, really good and really low carb. All right, so per 8 ounces, we're talking 70 calories, 1.5 grams of proteins, 5 carbs, 2 fibers, 3 net carbs, 6 grams of fat. So really not bad for a little sweet treat if you're wanting a frap but don't want to go get the 80 carb frap at Starbucks. So pretty cool, guys. If you like this video, if you want to see more Ninja Slush recipes, especially keto ones, let me know in the comments and I can try to make some more and figure some more out for you. I do have to do testing first to make sure that they actually turn into a frap because it's not using sugar, and sugar is one of the key components for this thing. So I don't know. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. That's so good. Bye-bye.